Hey everybody, Joseph Burke here with Maxwell Canyon Creek. So the weather outside may be frightful, but listing your house in the winter can be delightful. So I've heard a lot of people saying how they want to wait until the spring to list their home. So today we are going to go over why listing in the winter can actually be a great time to sell your home, and it can actually be a little bit easier for you as the seller. So, listing in the winter, what are some reasons that you want to do that? Let's start off with low inventory. From what I've been hearing from a lot of people is that they want to list in the spring, and typically what we see is a large influx of listings coming onto the market around the March and April area. So if you're able to get on before then, around Christmas time, even just after Christmas, beat that rush and get your home listed so that you will stand out more above the others. This is actually a really great technique because if there's low inventory, you're actually going to sell closer to list price than if there was a lot of inventory, because then you're going to have more competition and you guys are all going to be fighting for those buyers. So keep that in mind when you're looking to list in the winter, because it can be a very good asset for you when you're going to sell. Next up would be that you're going to be working, well, likely you will be working with more serious buyers. Think about it this way. If you're not too serious about something, you're not going to go venture out in the cold weather, drive on the horrible roads, and go view a bunch of places unless you're actually serious about getting a place. So if you're listed in the winter, the buyers that are going to be coming through your home and viewing your home are actually going to be more likely to complete the sale or be putting an offer in. So in the summertime, it's a little bit of the different side where you're going to see a little bit more tire kickers coming through. Well, let's just go see this one. I like how it looks. It's not really in the area that we want, but let's go see it anyway. Whatever, it can't hurt. You're not going to get as much as that in the winter because people don't want to be out driving around on the roads if it's terrible out. So that's another good reason to be listing in the winter. Another thing about listing in the winter, which is a nice fun fact for everybody, corporate relocations typically happen at the beginning of the year, January to February, sometimes even around the March area. They do happen throughout the year, but typically the vast majority of them are in the beginning of the year. So this means that if you are listed and on the market at that time, your house now becomes one of the options for these people within a corporate relocation. Now, the thing that's really good about this for you is that you're able to have these people come through, see your home, and they're likely to move on it faster because they're working with a constricted amount of time for them to get a new place. So keep that in mind when you're deciding whether you should list in the spring or the winter. Next up is curb appeal. So if you're listed in any other season other than winter, you're gonna have a lot more work to maintain how beautiful your place looks outside. Because you gotta remember that first impression is always what we wanna go for. So in the winter time, it's gonna be a lot less work for you as the seller, because all you need to do is make sure that your sidewalks and your walkways are shoveled. I do suggest putting in something nice out on the front porch or the front entryway just to make it look a little more welcoming, because sometimes the winter can be a little bit dreary. So with that, your work's gonna be a lot less for trying to sell your place. So keep that in mind as well when you're going to list in the winter. Last but not least, this is a great time to be pointing out to the potential buyers all of the things that make your home a great purchase and a great place to live in during the winter. Because you gotta remember, we live in Calgary, and in Calgary, we have winter for almost 6 months of the year. So what I suggest that we do is we point out all of the things to the buyers that they wanna see. So new windows, new roof, new furnace. Another thing that you wanna do is show off that new furnace. Heat the place up, make them feel cozy when they're in here, and let them know that this is gonna be their home and they're gonna love to live here. In talking with a bunch of people throughout Calgary, from what I'm getting is that everyone is waiting until the spring to list their home. All kind of under this premise that, oh, well, things might get better. Well, if everyone's gonna go and list at the same time, then what you're gonna have is more competition. And with more competition, then that's gonna put downward pressure on prices. So what we wanna do is get you in and get you listed here during the winter, because listing in the winter can actually be a great time for you to list. So I ask that you reconsider if you are thinking about listing in the spring, and just take into account all of these items that I've just brought up, because it can be a great time for you. So if you're looking to sell your home, then give me a call. Joseph Burke here with Maxwell Canyon Creek, 403-589-8982. We'll see you next time.